Hey guys, this is Chris. Welcome back to the Daily Brigandy. So as you know, we do a lot of vintage autographs, and mainly they revolve around sports stars and other people that were important in history. So we also do a lot of presidents, inventors, and wealthy industrialists. So here we have an assortment of the richest people in the history of the world. And we have Andrew Carnegie, J.D. Rockefeller, and J.P. Morgan. So a lot of our collectors are historians as well. They enjoy the history of money, and here we have some of their autographs. So let's start over here. This is a great piece. This is an Andrew Carnegie autograph. Andrew Carnegie made his fortune in the steel industry in the 1800s. And by the time of his death in 1918, Andrew Carnegie had amassed the equivalent of, in today's dollars, $372 billion. Okay, so like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, all these guys are worth between like 70 and 90 billion, but he had about 4 times as much money as these guys. Just a different time, and imagine, how much wealthier he would have been than these guys today. So Carnegie actually was a big time philanthropist. So he made all of his money, but he also gave a lot of it back. So by the last 18 years of his life, and I just had read this online, is that he gave away the equivalent of $65 billion today, which was at the time over 300 million. So one of the most wealthiest businessmen in history, Andrew Carnegie. Let's go over to J.D. Rockefeller. These are really cool. We sell a bunch of these. These are very important, very historical. Not only is it an autograph, but it's a cool piece. It's a stock certificate for Standard Oil Trust signed by J.D. Rockefeller. So J.D. Rockefeller at the same time as Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men in the world. And here we have 100 shares of Standard Oil at $100 per share. And what's cool about these is typically the payees on these are very important people at the time, because if you were buying 100 shares at $100 at the time in the 1800s, you probably had a ton of money. So a lot of times these are other businessmen, other guys who owned oil companies who had sold to J.D. Rockefeller. And then let's move along. Finally, here we have a J.P. Morgan autograph. J.P. Morgan, obviously, today the name still exists. We're going to flip it around here, and he signed the back of the check right up here. A lot of people don't know this, and I didn't know this until the first time I owned a J.P. Morgan autograph, but his name is or how he signs it is J. Pierpont Morgan. So he signed, yep, right above there. I'll flip this back around. J.P. Morgan is a big New York name, obviously the bank, but also we have the J.P. Morgan Library in the area. And also we have Carnegie Hall just down the street from us here in New York City on 57th Street. So we do a lot of autographs in the sports field, but also historically, these are the wealthiest industrialists in history. So we love to collect cool, unique stuff like this. This one actually just sold, and so did the J.P. Morgan. But this one, just a quick shout out to my friend and customer, Andrew Cordell. He does a great job with business interviews online today. So he's a very important and wealthy guy in the real estate field, but he also does these interviews, and he's interviewed, let's say, who is it? Gary Vee. He's done Grant Cardone. He's done Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. He's done about 20 interviews of the most important businessmen today, and he also collects the old original businessmen. So this is the latest one to his collection, and he likes to post his stuff online too. So be sure to check out his Instagram. I'll tag him below. So if you have any questions about autographs of wealthy industrialists, businessmen, etc., please comment below or shoot me an email, chris@brigandycoin.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.